Here is what the onions and garlic should look like when they're ready for the broth to be added. At least to my liking, I just like to sweat the onions very well, and I also did give it another good spray of extra virgin olive oil cooking spray so it wouldn't stick to the pan. Today I'm going to be using some vegetable broth as well as some Better Than Bouillon. This is the roasted garlic soup base. It's like a paste. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I do get it at Walmart. It comes in several varieties. They have the roasted chicken, beef, as well as vegetable, I believe. We all know how much I love garlic by this point, so I like that one the most myself. Anyway, back to the broth. So I have 1 quart of this vegetable broth that I've added into my pot, as well as 1 container full of water. So I have 2 quarts for my broth, and then I seasoned it with this, as I've already said, and I use that sparingly because it tends to be salty. So let's see what the pot looks like. I'm going to bring this to a boil now, and then I will add in my vegetables. What I have here is 4 Roma tomatoes that I have basically done a rough chop on, or a dice, more of a dice than a chop. And I'm going to add that into the soup. I also have some very nice sliced button mushrooms that I'm going to add in. And then I've prepared the steamable mixed vegetables. You all know how much I love my steamable vegetables from either Aldi or Walmart. In this case, these are from Walmart. So I've already steamed them in their bag in the microwave, and now I'm going to add them in. The reason that I've steamed them first is because due to my lap band, I need to make sure my vegetables are well cooked. They don't have to necessarily be overly cooked, but they do have to be well cooked. Yep, that's one of the things I have to do. No big deal to me at this point. So I'm going to add all of this in, and then we'll let it boil up, and we'll see what we get. I've put all of the vegetables into the broth, and now I'm waiting for it to come to a boil. I will then lower the heat down to simmer and cover it 3/4 of the way, and it will essentially be done because of the way I've chosen to cook the vegetables. It will be done to my liking once the mushrooms are fully cooked. Now, why do I make this soup? Because I love soup, and I also like the fact that in this soup we have loads of vegetables. The only vegetables that are not speed for the Slimming World plan are the peas and the corn. Everything else is speed food. We're strongly encouraged to eat a lot of speed food because why? It keeps us full. In addition to that, I would add my protein and my carbohydrate, which would be a variety of different things, but this is a good base soup to start with. This is to my liking. You should make one to your liking with the vegetables that you enjoy, because it does no good to make a soup the way I make it if it's not something that you're going to enjoy, because you won't eat it. The whole idea is to enjoy what you're eating. It should look nice to you, pleasant to the eye, to your liking, as well as seasoned to your liking and enjoyable to your liking. All I need to do now is add in some of my Mrs. Dash garlic and herb, because that is another favorite of mine to add to my soup, as well as some Bell seasoning, which is a seasoning that we normally use at Thanksgiving to season our turkey. I like to put it in my soups. This is usually how I start all of my soups. This is a 5-quart pot. I have sprayed it with my extra virgin olive oil cooking spray, and I put about a tablespoon of minced, or what you in the UK call it, lazy garlic. I'll brown this down, and I will add a medium to large size chopped onion next. Just another little bit of prep I'm doing this morning. If you remember from my video the other day, I had gone to Adams and found some vegetable bargains, and one of them was a bag of orange peppers. So I've taken these peppers and roasted them off. I just used a little cooking spray, and now I'm going to put them in a sealed container, and when they're cooled I will remove the skin, and I will have these for my salad. If you know me, you know me. I do enjoy my roasted peppers in my salad from time to time. I am making some red onions to put in my salads. Joanne of Joanne's Slimming World Joni, my friend Jo, had bought some red onions at Aldi. Of course, I went to my Aldi here in New York, and they didn't have them. They do, however, have them at Walmart, Marzetti brand. However, they have sugar. So I decided, well, since I'm not finding them to my liking, I'll make my own. really, this is like the simplest, easiest recipe. It's done in 15 minutes. All I've done is taken a medium-sized red onion, and I've used this ancient, this is another relic of mine from my food service days. In order to get them sliced really thin, I used this gadget, brain freeze, mandolin. Sorry. Okay, so I did just simply peel it and slice it up really thin, and I added in, because I don't have cloves of garlic, I would just put them in whole clove with skin and all. If I did, I'd put some lazy garlic. And I have, this is from Aldi. This is a pepper grinder, and it comes with peppercorns, so I just took probably a half a dozen of these or more, maybe 10 or 12, I don't remember. You can see them in there, because you need peppercorns. You need a half teaspoon of kosher salt. If you don't have that, just use regular or pink salt. This is another relic from the food business. I don't know why I keep these things. Anyway, that is kosher salt in there. So you take a cup of white vinegar. You can do apple cider vinegar. Today I used white vinegar along with some balsamic. You boil a cup of vinegar with a half a cup of water, along with a half a cup of sugar. I prefer erythritol. That's what this is, so that I have zero count, rather than have to sin it or add calories to it. So that's what I've used today. So you take a half a cup of your sugar, you take a few cloves of garlic with the skin on, or I put a half a tablespoon of minced garlic. You take about a dozen of these peppercorns, you take a half teaspoon of kosher salt or whatever salt you have, and 1 cup of vinegar. Just boil the vinegar, the water, and your sugar, and then you're going to add it in to this. This is a bowl jar, so it is not going to break. I'm just going to put a fork or a knife in there to make sure that the hot liquid going in doesn't crack the glass. And there we have it. I have put the liquid in. Now, the recipe says to leave it on the side for 15 minutes to cool it off and then refrigerate. I'm going to leave these overnight. It will get, the red from the onion will come out into the vinegar, and it will become a little bit more red or burgundy color. And I will use these starting tomorrow. I usually like to leave them in the fridge 24 to 48 hours. And that does it for my pink onion prep. Here we have our soup. It's all done. It smells really, really good. The only thing I added in here that I had forgotten to mention was some parsley flakes, dried parsley, along with some celery that I forgot I had in the fridge. Now I'm going to show you some things that are suggestions that you might want to do to make this soup interesting and delicious and a complete meal. Start off with some suggestions for protein. Of course, any kind of bean that you have on hand. If you are a vegetarian or doing vegan, beans are a great source of protein. Here I have a frozen chicken breast. I usually buy the family pack and individually wrap them and freeze them and put them into a big plastic bag that I get from IKEA. They have very big bags that I really like. They last a long time too, as an aside. So you could take this and throw it in and just boil it up into the soup. Just make sure that you remove the fat. Rotisserie chicken, I've talked about this before. They're great. I happen to get this for $4.99. They're upwards of even $8.99 in some stores. Even at that price, they're worth it, because you can make chicken salad, put some of this in your soup, get a couple meals out of it, and just remove your skin, and you're good to go. So proteins, in addition to chicken and beans, you could put some salad shrimp if you enjoy eating shrimp in your soup. I do. You could also add in, if you have leftover London broil, you could cut that up and put it in there, just as long as the fat is removed. There are a gazillion things you can do. If you enjoy salmon in your soup, there are some people that like fish in their soup. You could add salmon steak. Possibilities are endless. The main thing is that you are keeping yourself having healthy food that is convenient, quick and easy to grab at, and quick and easy to prep. Now on to the starch-based stuff. I have here some russet potatoes that I've boiled, and along with some Japanese potatoes. They go great in soup. I'll start on this side. I have couscous, which you can make and put in your soup. Then we have brown rice. We have white rice. Those are also good alternatives, along with whole wheat penne or regular penne, or if you like any other type of macaroni in your soup. This is also an idea that I had. It says here, add meat and make a meal. You could also add this to your soup and cook it. This I got at Aldi. They have all different kinds. They even have the beef one, if you chose to do that. This happens to be chicken. They have rice pilaf, a few different varieties. I'm sure you're familiar. Rice-a-roni as well. And we have egg noodles. Those go good in your soup. This is another option that I thought about that you could put in there and cook up, and that would taste really good as well. And then we have the ramen noodles, of course. These are really quick and fast. You could even scramble up some eggs and make an egg drop soup, if you like that with vegetables, along with the ramen noodles. Then we have quinoa. This is another good option. Quinoa has 6 grams of protein per serving. It's a superfood. And this one cooks in 15 minutes. Then also I have this quick cooking farro. Another option. Let me see how much protein. It has a good amount of protein, farro. 5 grams. And then, of course, you can use canned as well. Canned potatoes go in real quick as an option for carb, because it's good to have a balanced meal. I know that Slimming World Plan is a proponent of that. A third, and a third. Put a third speed, a third carb, and a healthy carb in terms of a vegetable or rice or potato or macaroni. And then also a third of your protein. I like to have a quarter protein or more, or a third even is good. Sometimes more, depending what I'm feeling like. My body usually tells me if I need more protein, and I usually try to steer away from most of the things here. But you know what? I'm enjoying having them. I enjoyed my soup last night, and it had spaghetti in it. And in past, I would generally not have that. So I think it's good to be well-rounded and not get bored while you're following your plan, whatever your plan is. If you're calorie counting, you can prep these up, even if you're not. And you can baggie them into 4-ounce servings or whatever the serving is, and put them in the freezer and then just stick them in your soup. I do that with rice. I do that with the macaroni as well. And my potatoes, I prep, cut them up, weigh them out, stick them in. We're good to go. So that's it for my prep for today. This is what I've gotten at BJ's this morning. I have 2 pounds of Welch's fresh strawberries for $7.99. This was the most decent pack I could find. Truly, I was about to not even buy any because they all look terrible. Then I have this 12 pack of Strong Super Absorbent. These are not the ones I normally get. There's one that is $18.99 a pack. This was $15.99 a pack. I couldn't even find where they have the paper towels in the store. I happened to find this on an end aisle and I just grabbed it because I need them. Here is my normal spring mix that I get for $4.69, 16-ounce tub. And then I have 2 chickens for $4.99 each. And I have, somebody's trying to back into a spot right here where I am. This 20-ounce pack of sliced mushrooms for $3.69, and a 3-pound pack of bananas for $1.49, and in total this cost $43.69. This is just a few things that I picked up at Hannaford, and I think this will complete my very short list of items that I got for a shopping haul for the week. The next one will be, I guess I'll do it at Walmart and or Aldi. So let's begin on this side. Part skim ricotta. I cannot find the non-fat one unless I go to ShopRite in Fishkill, which I normally don't go. This is 80 calories per quarter cup. Then we have the fat-free cottage cheese, which I've really been enjoying lately. Half cup, 80 calories. Non-fat Greek yogurt. This is free in protein as well as this. Free in protein, non-fat Greek yogurt. 2 of these. One is going to be shared by the dogs and one of them is for myself. Here I bought some diced tomatoes. This is the roasted garlic and onion version. And then I picked up a large can of crushed tomatoes as well as 2 smaller cans of tomato sauce. I didn't give you the prices on the... Sorry about that. Let me back up a second here because I know some of you like to know the prices of things. So where are we on that? Plain non-fat Greek yogurt was $3.63 each. And then we have the part skim ricotta, $2.48. And we have the fat-free cottage cheese for $2.58. Okay, back to the tomatoes. The tomato sauce, the crushed is $1.29, and the little ones, the small cans, are 50 cents a piece, and this one, the diced, is 98 cents. Then we have, so I was starting to say what I'm planning to do with these. With the crushed, I plan to make pasta con fagioli, which is pasta and beans. I will not be using cannellini beans, which goes in that recipe, because I cannot seem to get them comfortably past my lap band. So I stick with navy beans. So I'll be making, you put crushed tomatoes, naturally you put olive oil, and I put oregano, parsley, lots and lots of garlic, of course, and some chopped minced onion that you saute, along with, you put ditalini, macaroni in it with your beans. It's a really nice hearty meal to have with a salad on a cold night, or even for lunch if you prefer, or if you'd like to have it for leftovers the next day. So coming in this next week, I hope to be making that. They didn't have navy beans at Hannaford, so I'm gonna have to use that as part of my Walmart haul or Aldi haul or what have you. Now, my diced tomatoes, you know, I like to put into my beans when I just make my version of a Heinz UK style baked bean, which is not sweet at all. Or I might try to put a small can of tomato sauce, depending on what I'm doing or what I'm feeling like. But it's always good to have these smaller cans on hand. Like, you can throw it into a soup if you want, or whatever. Over here now, I have a pound of ground white chicken meat, which is protein and 0 count on the Slimming World. It's free, as well as all of this tomatoes here is free and speed. The ditalini are free food item. Why did I buy this? I hope I'm not making you dizzy. It's because I want to try to make some Scotch eggs. Joe has been making them and they look delicious. And I really don't eat pork. So I decided I would buy this. And also, back up on that. My goodness, I'm terrible today. With this, I can also make small meatballs and put them into my soup. If I could pick up escarole, which I can only find at Adams, I could make escarole soup with little meatballs in it. And orzo goes in that, orzo macaroni. Anyway, Cora's complaining. She needs to be pet. So that's it for this. This is for Scotch eggs, I hope, and little baby meatballs for soup. Why did I buy these? These were 88 cents for this half pack. I don't want a full pack. They also come in chocolate, but the chocolate was in a full pack. You get 5 cookies. This is a good sized cookie for 130 calories. Now, my reason behind buying this is not because I'm going to be sitting and eating it. They're not going home with me, in fact, because I will eat them all in one sitting. I don't trust myself. However, if you took 1 or 2 of these and send them out, or something like this is a very low sugar type biscuit, you could easily make that into a dessert for yourself in the parfait that I was talking about in my weigh-in. That's all I wanted to mention that for, and that's what I bought it for. So you'll down the line be seeing me make you a parfait as an example with these Goya Maria cookies in them. Back here for $4.29, I have a 4-pack of Light and Fit. Again, talking about my dear friend Jo of Joanne's Slimming World Journey. She was talking about lemon curd, and I think she was you can make lemon curd with yogurt. I may have totally misunderstood that, but I had the Joneses, as that's an American, I guess, phrase when you desire something. I have the Joneses for lemon yogurt now, so I will make something with lemon yogurt. They're 80 calories, and this is not free in protein, but it is a free food because it's not made with Greek yogurt. Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong. I didn't realize that, guys. So sorry. Yes, 80 calories each, and they are made with Greek yogurt, so I take that back. This is Cinnable. It will be at least a half a cent, probably will be a half cent only, and I will let you know that when I go to have it in one of my What I Eat in a Day videos. Here is Nature's Promise. This was $4.99 for 6 ounces of smoked turkey breast, and this is the better quality turkey breast. doesn't have, it's got lots of no's. Here you go. No, I'm sorry, I can't focus that in. No antibiotics and no nitrates, I believe that says. Can't even read it myself, it's so tiny. I picked up this cocoa latte. When I can't breathe well, caffeine usually opens me up, and it's usually in the form of soda, preferably Diet Pepsi. This has caffeine in it as well as green tea. So I drink, it takes me a long time to drink this. I haven't had it in a while, and I've only found it at Hannaford, so I picked one up in the event of having a bad breathing day. What else did I get? This I did not pay for. This is my uniform shirt, along with my name tag. I start on Friday. I hope this video goes up before then. 5 to 9 shift, Friday evening, I report for training. So, in total, let me get back to the task at hand here. I spent today at Hannaford $32.15 in American dollars. If you are in the UK, you can probably take 30% off of that total, and that would be what it would be in pounds and pence. Yep. So I don't think I got a whole lot. I won't be doing my shopping here regularly, but I will be picking up things here and there because it'll be convenient. I do get 10% back in rewards. As an employee, as a regular customer, you get 2%. So now that I've been going on and on for 7 minutes about this little tiny shopping haul, I'm going to say goodbye to you. Thank you very much for having watched this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please, if you have not subscribed, consider doing so. Be well, my friends. See you soon.